Hello, hello, hello. Good evening.
Hello, how are we? And here we go.
There's a lot of things out there that, that get old, but this one isn't one of them.
No, it is not. No, no.
It does
So,
get frustrating though, nonetheless.
for you, it's
Yeah,
fun for us.
Yeah,
for us, this is an
you know, yeah, for you guys it's easy, but for me it's rough.
right.
So, so if one day you were to actually not be, that would be frustrating for us. Joe, how are you, bud?
How you
Yeah,
doing, Phil?
Nick never learns.
I try.
Not so much. Not so much. So, we have a couple of topics tonight while he's sharing things out. One of our topics is going to be dangers of cell phones.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
The other topic, and I've been seeing this all day and I'm really tired of seeing it, so we're going to talk about it. This damn 11-mile mothership that's coming toward us.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard too much about it, but I've only heard a few
That's
details.
all I keep seeing. That's over and
I
over
I
and over.
haven't seen anything of that.
Yeah, it's been very vague for me.
Well, we're going to discuss this tonight because that's all I'm seeing. I am tired of seeing it.
We must not be in the same circles then, because I have not. But well, then again, I've been working all day too.
No, well, this is the last 2 days. So, just for a little context here, our house has COVID. Surprise, surprise. We went to Kansas and touched gas stations and whatever. But yeah, Zach got it pretty bad. I worked through it. Um, okay, that's the wrong way to say that because mine wasn't bad. What the hell, Nick? What?
Oh,
What's going on
sorry,
there,
no,
dude?
no, it was something else that I was thinking about. I'm sorry.
Are we okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Nick is never okay.
No, it was somebody sent me this hilarious
Never
message.
okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
All right, here we go, Nick.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. Now I understand what you meant by pickle top.
There we go. Okay.
I was trying to
So,
think, wait, what are we stopping for? Then I look at the comment like, oh wait, Tom's here. That's why.
so yeah, somehow we contracted COVID. I don't know. Shit. Um, for me, it's just been like flu type symptoms that I worked through it. I'm done. Zach, on the other hand, went to the ER, and because he has a traumatic brain injury, he has migraines every day. So a COVID headache on top of a migraine was pretty serious. They gave him a cocktail. They call it a migraine cocktail. Well, it had Benadryl in it. Was one of the ingredients. Benadryl, unfortunately, knocks him out very well for 24 hours. It didn't do it. It sent him into a panic attack with the other two meds. They had to give him something for that and then try to give him something else for the headache. So we had a fun Sunday night. I expected to get bad. And today I'm full of energy. I'm I'm good.
Well,
My
even today, Zach didn't sound the best.
he
Right.
don't, but this is the first day he has felt decent. So yeah, I'm gonna take it. He this is his night to cook dinner. He made a lasagna from scratch. So he feels better. Um,
He feels well enough to slave over a hot stove.
he does. And well, I guess he does. He did it. But we've been sleeping. He's been downstairs. I've been upstairs. It's been a mess for the last week. And on top of that, I decided, oh, I'll take the overtime at work. They offer overtime. You damn well bet I'm going to take it. So
Means you'll be working tomorrow.
I'll be working tomorrow. So
A full shift?
no, I'm just working 9 to 12 because if I work more than that, they take more taxes out of my check than I make.
Okay.
Jeez.
But yeah, so yeah, that's been a fun week. But all in all, we're alive. That's pretty much all that matters. The funny thing is, my daughter asked me, "Are you vaccinated?" No, he is. Was. So here we are. We have till
Yeah, the first
October.
time that you guys got it, it was pretty bad on you then too, wasn't it?
Mm-mm. No, that first one was just, it was a breeze. That bird flu is no joke.
Oh yeah, I heard that's really bad.
It was, well, it was one of those where you just can't stay awake. You're constantly tired. Your body's trying to heal. And you get up and you're like, okay, I got a little bit of energy. I'm going to go walk to, start the washer. Yeah, well, you're going to start the washer, but you're going to go right back to bed because by the time you get to that washer, you're like, okay, I'm drained. And you're going to go right back to bed. Yeah, I'll take this any day over that.
Well,
I'm good.
here's a question for you because Tom just wrote this down. Yeah, he told us about this like yesterday. He got stung near his forehead by a hornet while he was working at the park yesterday. would you take a hornet sting like that or?
Nope, I'll take what I got. I am good. We found a bug. Oh my gosh. We found a bug. Zach was like, come here, come here. Out by the shed, we've got wood. We've got a shed back there, just old wood. And then there's rock. So digging in the rock, and I'm talking, it was digging a hole in this gravel, was this bug that looked like a wasp, but it wasn't a wasp. It looked like in California, they call it a hawk.
Isn't it? Aren't they
Hawk
also
killer?
known as? Aren't they carpenter bees?
No. Oh, no. No, this was like a hawk killer. They call it a hawk wasp, hawk killer, something like that. This thing was evil looking. And it's just digging. And I'm talking, you can see dirt going behind it and it's digging this hole. I'm like, no. I don't know what this is, but no. Zach's been stung, I don't know how many times. Mom got stung. Mind you, y'all have met Mom. Mom can't run, but Mom ran.
I just looked up hot wasp on Google.
Uh-huh.
The very first hit that I got was hot wasps found at nuclear facility in South Carolina.
What?
This was reported 6 days ago in the New York Times. 4 radioactive
Wow.
wasp nests may indicate previously undetected environmental contamination at the decades-old Savannah River site.
I
Oh
believe it.
man!
Wow.
I believe it.
Tom sent me this. I don't know if you guys can't see it. He sent a picture of his face when he
Who
got
did?
stung. Tom, it's not like a graphic.
He really did get stung. Oh my God. Why are
Because
you
of the thing.
frozen?
Am I frozen?
You were.
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice that either. Yeah, but he unfortunately when he got stung, he showed an allergic reaction to it.
Speaking of these conditions.
Here we go.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Oh shit. Ouch. No. No, I'm good.
Those hornets, though, I mean, it's bad with bees, but hornets are even worse.
Mom got stung. They were just wasps. I don't think they were hornets. They're like paper wasps.
Yeah.
And these suckers, they got her arm. Okay. let's get real.
Put it in
She's
the
70.
things chat.
But they stung her like here on her arm. And by the time maybe 3 hours later, it connected. That red connected. I was like, so do you want to go do some more yard work? Because you really shouldn't be.
Wait, like a red line started running up?
It was all red around it, and then that red connected. It wasn't a line.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I
Yeah,
was gonna
just
say,
like
if it was a line that was moving, go to the
yeah,
hospital immediately.
right.
Yeah,
That happened
yeah.
to my dad once back when we were living in Florida. It started somewhere around here and started working its way up.
Yeah,
He finally got concerned and went to the hospital, and they said if he had waited a day later, he'd have been dead.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that
Those lines are no joke.
Yeah.
But
isn't that like a blood clot or
no,
sepsis?
No,
no, that's
it's
poison.
like blood poisoning or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's
And that line was going straight to his heart.
I
Oh,
laughed
well,
at
that's
mom.
what I mean. I thought it was like like a septic
Well, I
reaction.
mean, you would go septic, but it's going straight to your heart.
Okay.
Sepsis is where you get an infection somewhere in your body and all of your organs start getting infected. But this
Okay.
goes straight to your heart and
It
you're
goes
done.
straight directly to the heart. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Um,
dad didn't know what it was, neither did mom. And once it got up towards his shoulder, that's when he just maybe I better go check it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
When it starts working its way like that, especially toward your chest, close to your heart, it's like, yeah, you need to go to the hospital like
Tom and
immediately.
Chris, do y'all need a room?
So
He's
so
no,
there's
he's saying it's Beavis and Butthead references.
around.
No, I know what he's saying. That's not the
Oh
point.
yeah.
There's something new going around. I saw it on the news today when I was over at Dad's house. He's been watching Fox News again lately, and there's this new virus that's now going around. It's called the chikungunya virus.
A new virus, and what exactly is this virus?
It is a, let's see, according to what this is saying, it is a mosquito borne illness that causes fever and severe joint pain. Symptoms typically appear 3 to 7 days after a mosquito bite and can include fever, joint pain, muscle pain, headache, rash. Most people recover within a week. Some experience long term joint pain. So it says no specific treatment, but rest fluids, over the counter pain relievers, and all that.
Sounds no different than like because it's passed the same way as it is with West Nile.
Yeah, but West Nile can be deadly.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, they're not saying anything of the sort of this, at least not yet. At least not yet. Um,
And Adrian, if you didn't see, Tom said that no, he put the pictures of when he got stung in the things chat. That's what he meant.
Okay. No, I was
yeah,
teasing.
that does not
I
look
was
good.
teasing him about. He said, "You said put it in."
Yep. See,
He's trying to
when
get.
he sent the pictures first, I mean, like I said, his face was swollen, but then last night his face was, going back to normal. With that's because of the injection that they put in him, but that was only just a temporary procedure. So now that the medicine or whatever the antibiotic wore off, his face is starting to go swelling. It's swelling up again.
I think I'd probably go back.
That was actually because we got a separate chat where it's me, Tom, and Kate, and Kate said the same thing actually. She's like, well, maybe another visit to the doctor, and he says in response, well, I did have it. I don't know where it went, but he said, oh my god, why can't I not? I don't know why I cannot find it, but he said that was something that was just going to have to heal up over the next few days. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. He got. I found it. So I'm just scrolling through. So I'm trying to do everything so quickly. My God, where the hell is it?
You
Oh wait, okay, found it.
can't
Okay,
find it.
okay. So Kate said, like another trip to the doctor, and said no trip to the doctor. It was steroids they put him in. So the steroids will take care of the swelling in the next couple of days. It went down yesterday because of the shot of, I don't even know how to say this word. Uh, the medicine that they gave him, it wore out overnight. That's when the swelling came back. Hey, Greg, haven't seen you here in a while.
Who?
Great
Greg
job.
Haas.
It's been a minute.
I
Yeah,
I'm not seeing it.
He's up there. He's up there.
Nick is looking for
Say
his
hi,
above.
Greg.
I should have done that, Tom.
Yeah, it's not showing me. Okay.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, this
yeah,
is
I can't see that.
You can't.
weird.
Nope. All I'm able to see is Joe, Tom,
Oh,
Chris.
now you can see Brad, hopefully.
I can see Brad.
Oh, hello, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. That bitch
Too
is on my shit list. That bitch is on my shit list.
late. Too late. He already said it.
Not
I,
out loud.
you know what? I need to write a story on Alexa.
Yeah.
I,
Oh my God. I have a story that's kind of based on Alexa. That's I think it's from one of the other Nightmare Soup books. I think there's a story like that.
yeah, I need to write a story on Alexa. I think I could come up with something good.
Let me see. I don't.
Okay, do you see Greg now? He just
Yes,
commented.
There it
yes,
goes
I do
now.
now.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
91 here, Greg.
I'm gonna have to come up when I find one of the other Nightmare Soup books to narrate. I'm gonna have to figure out which one of you guys is gonna have to record that because I got an audiobook idea for one of you guys.
What?
Yes, you is.
What?
No,
If
I
you're
told you there was this.
wrestling with her, you got a problem.
No, in WWE, there is a wrestler named Alexa Bliss,
Well, yeah.
and she is one of the better ones out there, but she is also one of the smallest ones out there. She is tiny,
Good night, Brad.
but she
He's going
packs
right
a
to sleep.
punch. Good night, Brad.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we done talking about medical misinformation?
I'm just gonna say what Todd said.
Probably
You'll have
not.
to wait 10 years before I have the story edited. No, it's not gonna take that long, Tom.
Why not? It's already been 3 years.
Well, because I've been so involved with this is why again I'm taking a break from doing some of these shows so I could get these stories released.
Yeah, you've only been working on it for 3 years.
Don't remind me.
So, as Adrian said, the topic for the night is dangers of cell phone.
Cell phones.
Now, what set this off was something that I saw on the news today that is totally unacceptable. A woman in Cincinnati got assaulted, and it sounds like it was a pretty bad one. And there was the report that they were talking about was there were people just standing around video recording this assault and nobody calling for help, nobody calling the police, nobody calling 911, nobody calling for anything. They were just recording this thing. Um, that is not okay.
No, it's not.
And this woman here, she wants the people that were recording prosecuted as well as her assailant.
Okay, but here's the thing there. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a minute. That's all fine and great, except people are not obligated to help. That's an issue, but it's true.
It,
There's a good Samaritan law where you're excluded. And some states have it. I don't know what states have it anymore and what states don't. But Good Samaritan law is if something happens and you do more harm than good trying to help, you're excluded. But you're under no obligation to help someone in any situation.
That is true.
Now, that's legally. That's not morally.
Right.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
and this is a thing I'm very fond of saying. If even though it's legal, that doesn't mean it's moral.
That's
Moral,
right.
Exactly.
because I've said that numerous times about my insurance companies
Yeah.
at work. But I'm not going to go there tonight. Um, but no, the reporters were actually talking about this and discussing the plausibility of prosecuting these people. And one of them brought up a good point that you would in order to be able to prove these people and what they did or did not do, whichever way you want to look at it, is that you would have to have somebody who is also video recording the person doing the video recording of the assault.
Yeah.
That
Hi.
didn't happen.
Scott.
Hey, sexy man, what you doing?
No, there is no teen here, Scott.
Wolf.
This here is an old wolf.
I was gonna say, where did the
That's
teen
an
wolf come
Amish
from?
wolf.
This is an old wolf right here. Look at all this white. Come
You know,
on, Scott.
I'm gonna be
Whoa,
honest.
whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
whoa.
Back
Whoa.
up.
Instead of calling me the teen wolf, you should be calling me the octogenarian wolf.
Oh no, let's back up here. I want clarification on this shit. Lauren and Scott, your cousins?
Yeah,
Clarify.
it's
Why not?
it's a long story for my case, so it would probably be best if Lauren or Scott say something.
Yeah, obviously.
I was also gonna say when I saw the teen wolf, I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, is he referring that to me being the youngest one? Then I look back, I'm like, oh wait, my name's already there.
No.
Hey Braxton, there he is.
Hello.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, that is true, Scott. You are older than all of us. Again.
Yeah, there you go. What Lauren just said.
Look, dinner.
But
Oh,
you may
Lord.
be older, Scott, but you don't look. Now, maybe if you grow a beard out and we see all that white, then maybe we'll start thinking you are older. But until you do that, you still look younger.
Yeah. Win basketball games by transforming Jeremy.
Teen Wolf. Have you ever seen Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Nick. Oh, okay.
No, I've seen the movie, but I've never seen the TV show.
Well,
We're not worried about
it's
the
what
TV.
matters.
Which,
I just knew for a while there was a TV show, and then I saw the movie a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mimi.
I can guarantee that the movie is better.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Almost
it is.
every damn time.
Well, not every time. In rare cases, can the TV series be better?
Rare.
Rare.
That movie's got to be pretty damn bad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I enjoyed the hell out of Stargate and the TV series. I love the movie, but the TV series they had just blows me away.
So I've been watching. I got off the damn Viking shows because all the good ones were done. We're done. We've been watching Leverage, which we're down to our last show now. That is such a good show. I love. Well, okay, so I'm in love with one of the guys, but anyway, it is really a good show. It
I have
is.
no idea what Chris is talking about right now.
Who?
He's saying something to me, and I have no idea what the hell's that even supposed
Baby,
to mean.
are you serious? Are
I
you
don't.
serious? Okay. Grab your phone, please. Grab your phone.
Oh
Grab your
God! Do I really have to?
Yes, Chris. Yes.
Okay, I thought this
Yes.
was supposed.
Yes.
The
I'm,
show has got Mark
Okay.
Shepard on there. I'm a
I'm
fan.
sorry. I thought this was
Nick,
supposed to be
zip
about
it.
the danger of
Nick,
phones.
zip it, zip it, zip it. Grab your phone. I need you to look up Baby Shark.
Oh God, no, no.
No.
Okay, well now that you said that, that's a different story.
Baby Shark. Do, do,
I'm
do,
go-
do.
oh no, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the dangers of using phones.
Well, here's the dangers. It's not phones. It is not phones that's the issue. I'm telling you, it is people's lack of empathy.
Yeah,
It is people's want for fame because oh my god, it might go viral. And it is the law preventing people from helping. Look, up here somewhere, who said they're older than us?
Scott.
Whoa. Somebody said, wait, we're older than you. Who said that? Wait.
I thought
No,
that was
Scott.
yeah, it was Scott who said that.
Scott, sweetheart, you know you're not older than me. But boy, no. Okay, let's go back here. Somebody
Chris
said
says he's
something
older.
about their friend being an Army EMT, and they got sued because they helped somebody. That is our issue. That's our problem. Let's go back and find it.
You're still looking for that comment about who's older.
No, I'm not.
So Scott was born in 1974. What year were you born?
74.
It was the same year.
What month?
May.
He's older.
By what? A damn month?
Three.
Huh?
3 months.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought he was born in March.
February.
February, okay.
Oh, Chris got you both.
Uh-oh, May
oh
1973.
yeah. I knew
Maybe he
Chris was
said
a
he's
little older.
Maybe he says she's 21.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, I do. I have heard stories of people suing other people because they helped.
That's why there's a Good Samaritan law in some states.
Oh, guys, Lawrence beat everyone else. She's older.
What?
1969.
Okay. And Mimi's only
Nice to know.
21. So, yeah, but the problem is that people are videotaping this, and I I don't know what their intention, if they are videoing this as evidence, maybe to help out in a court case.
We
With
would hope, but
A lot of them aren't. They just do it for their entertainment.
yeah.
Well, that's the problem right there. If they're hoping for a viral moment, like what you were saying a minute ago, that is a problem, and that is why I am so.
It is a problem.
I don't know if I want to. Maybe disgusted would be too harsh a word, or maybe not harsh enough. I don't know. That is why I am so disgusted with today's society, because all we do is we have to be on our phones at all times.
Oh, I know it's insane.
Yeah. And they're making it to where we have to be on. We have to rely on everything. There are certain
Excuse me.
there are certain promotions out there where they use these QR codes, and you have to be able to scan the QR code to be able to go to whatever website there is instead of just putting out the damn website.
Yep.
Um,
I don't know. Somebody brought up something really interesting, and am I giving it much thought? No, but it is something that's stuck. Um, Somebody said on TikTok, which I'm so all over the place on TikTok. It says,
No, I don't, Tom. That's just with storms. Sorry.
what?
He says I. He's saying about like filming, like when there's certain things going on. He says
Oh.
I don't, but Nick does. No, I don't. The only thing I ever film is just storms, and that's it.
Well, here,
and he likes to video while you're driving.
well,
Oh,
and
video
that's
what?
okay because he's not the one driving. We're good with that.
Yeah, true.
But
It's true.
let's look at this. There was one guy that posted, and everybody started commenting. So I know a lot of people are kind of feeling this way. Since we don't want to get banned, so
Yeah, I know.
trying to
really.
say this without getting banned.
Adrian, okay, how many times have you crossed the line and we have gotten banned?
Well,
Seriously, let's be honest here.
Oh my
I don't know, but
god.
72, sweetheart, I'm only 74.
Oh, he said he was born in
You're only 2 years
1972.
older than me.
For crying out loud, you threaten Brad's life on a weekly basis. If that didn't get us kicked off, I don't see what else can.
Well, this could, just because our government decides to monitor everything we damn well talk about. So,
Are you still having moth problems?
oh, they're much less, much less.
Okay.
We got this under control. But so
You
let's
sounded
talk
like
about
Chuck when you said that.
so let's talk about the pandemic.
Ah, okay.
Of course. Yeah.
2020, 2021. Okay. So this guy just made a TikTok about, I think we died in 2020. What are you talking? That's all he said. He left it there. That's all he said.
Hey, Carlos.
As in the entire world
Yep. Like,
died?
yep. And people started chiming in between 2020 and 2021 that they felt like their life was a blur. Like it wasn't even really there. There were things they couldn't remember. You start looking back on that and going, holy shit, you're right. So, people start commenting, and you start thinking about what really happened during that time. Was that a distraction for what else was really happening that time? Which brings us to a whole nother realm. Speaking of pandemic,
Well, there are times when there's something big in the news, and a lot of people speculate as to what this big news is distracting us from.
mm-hmm.
But as far as the pandemic goes, there is nothing bigger than that.
Yeah.
But
And
there is.
also with the pandemic, I do believe that is the reason that Trump ended up losing office because of how he handled it.
Maybe so. But
Okay, maybe not necessarily completely how he handled it, but it destroyed our economy. Because every time that we heard Biden or Kamala talking, they said that Trump handed them the worst economy in the history of the nation, but they failed to mention that the reason our economy went to shit was because of the pandemic.
Right, right. And no doubt there.
Yeah,
But okay, see, somebody says, "Hey, Joanne," I can't see Joanne.
Yeah, Joanne just joined.
I can't see her.
she's right here. She's at the very top of the comment thing.
I can't see her. Anyway, hi, honey.
That's two people now. You can't.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
weird.
Joanne, comment again. Say something. See if maybe your
Because
second.
I could see him the second time he commented.
Just
So,
wanna- Yep.
so let's think about this. For years, if you okay, we're gonna get this straight. Zach is not a conspiracy theorist. I look into it with an open mind. Listening to some of these books and the things that they have written, history and now. No, you're right. Yeah, absolutely, Braxton. You're right. Everybody's involved in this bullshit. But if you look at history and if it's written correctly and not in any bias whatsoever, there's always been distractions for what's been happening. And people create distractions. Well, now they have to create them a whole lot better because we have, Big Brother out there. We have all kinds of things.
Can you see her now?
Now she just made another comment.
Okay, yes, now I can see her.
It's really
Awesome.
weird. It's like you can't see it when they comment for the first time, but then you could see the rest of it.
My whole
Get
shit
that either.
stuff. But so okay, so there's distractions all the time. So let's talk about what's going on right now. We have our economy going down the fucking toilet. Whose fault that is doesn't matter. It's happening. That's all that matters. Whether it's Biden's fault, it doesn't matter. Let's talk
It
about.
doesn't just happen overnight
No, absolutely not.
unless the stock market crashes. I think that would be the only reason why that would be an overnight thing.
I love that. You're right. You're right. But now we have an
Actually,
11-mile
what
mothership.
Out.
Now, if you don't believe me, Google it. Google the 11-mile mothership that is coming toward our Earth. Okay. If I was an alien and highly sophisticated, a lot more than we are, I'd be like, hell no, y'all are fucking up. Let me come fix this shit.
Okay.
Yep, I agree, Braxton. But so this has been the big talk on TikTok and whatever else platform. We ourselves are causing distractions. Is this our fate? Is this what we're supposed to do? I don't know. But it's been crazy for the last week.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this the one that's supposed to land in November?
Yes, and now they're talking about September.
Jeez, already?
I have heard that, but that was a few weeks ago.
Okay.
When I
And
first
then
heard
Google.
about that. And it was only for a couple of days, and then it was gone.
Okay. And then Google 3 days of darkness. See what you get.
3 days of darkness.
Kate, I kind of did get him on with
Okay. So
And
this
I
has
also,
been a big thing going around too here
Well,
recently.
top result came from Wikipedia.
Okay.
In Roman Catholicism, the 3 days of darkness is, I know I'm going to butcher this, it's chatological concept believed by some Catholics to be a true prophecy of future events. The prophecy foretells 3 days and nights of intense darkness over the whole earth, against which the only light will come from blessed beeswax candles,
Oh.
and during which all the enemies of the church will perish.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about.
That
So
was the top result that came in when I
okay.
put that in.
So what I'm talking about is, and I have not looked into because I was scrolling my phone like an idiot, trying to get tired to go to sleep.
Like all the other idiots.
Yeah, on TikTok, scrolling my phone. But I kept running into that because if you watch it once, it's on your algorithm and there you are. But 3 Days of Darkness is supposed to be, I don't know when it's supposed to start. I don't know if anybody does. But daylight, dark does not matter. When it starts, you are supposed to stay in your house with whoever it is in your house with you. You don't let anybody else in. You do not open the door for anybody, no matter what. It can be your mother. You do not open that door because when it started, whoever's in the house with you is supposed to be the ones with you. Anybody else could be a fake. This is supposed to be after the aliens land. And they're supposed to like replicate our loved ones. And daylight or dark doesn't matter.
Now you're starting to sound like the invasion of the body
it
snatchers.
kind of does.
And it could be. But that's what they're saying about this. So it is all over the place. I don't know when this 3 days is supposed to start, but you can damn well guarantee I ain't opening my fucking door. I don't care. Nope. I work at home. No reason for me to open my door.
And it's just for 3 days.
Yep. For 3 days. White
And
supremacists, the ones in power, and the regular life ones, deeply thought what's going on was only going to affect me as Black American. Oh, look at them now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, he's absolutely right on that.
Yep. Look at this world right now. I mean, something happens in the country, it doesn't affect just one. Yeah.
Affect everybody.
And I've always said it. I'll still say it. I don't understand the difference between, I understand the difference. One was created on this side of the world, one was created on this side of the world, whatever. The world, though, we are human. It doesn't matter what side of the world you're created on and how much the sun hits you.
Yeah, a real good thing
It's
to,
human. But
a
we're human.
real good note to throw out too. By the way, is like these crazy like white supremacists that are like trying to find just the true like white race or something like that. It's like, do you guys? It's like it just makes me think. Have you ever learned about like how human evolution also began? Because like you look back thousands of years, and human evolution began in Africa. So when I'm basically,
I was going to say, I hope you're going where I think you're going.
yeah, that's what I was about to get. But what I'm trying to necessarily say is, like for example, when Lauren brought up about like the ancestry, like for example, our ancestry also goes only back so far. So when you just mentioned about like whether you were on this side of the world or another part of the world, let's face it. I mean, whether we know it or not, because again, our family history goes so back, or goes so far back. in Africa, Europe, Asia, and at times North America, people often moved around intermixing for thousands of years. Who knows? I mean, we may not even know it, but we could be part African and may not even know it.
Okay, so let's get real. Here's the history we do know. Let's go back to Washington. Washington had slaves. Washington had children with slaves.
Not George Washington.
No, that was Thomas Jefferson.
Okay, Jefferson. Now wasn't no.
Now Washington did have slaves, but he never had any children of his own.
No.
That we know of. I do not. Here's the thing. There is not one of us that can do our blood work and say we are this, we are that, we are no. We're a mix of history. We're a mix of whether if you're Viking, great. You're a mix of German. You're a mix of whatever the kings, no.
Oh, speaking of Vikings, I was at Walmart yesterday, and I noticed in the DVD section they have the complete series of the Vikings, like a big giant box.
I love it.
Okay, so this 11-mile thing here, I looked it up.
There we go.
I looked it up. It's called the 3I/Atlas, which is an interstellar comet
Okay.
that was discovered in at a station in Chile, July 1st of this year. So just a little over a month ago, somebody discovered this. So this wouldn't make sense with what I had been reading on this whole 11-mile thing. It says that it will come closest to the sun on October 29th at a distance of 1.36 AU, which is astronomical units,
Okay.
from the sun, which is in between the orbits of Earth and Mars. The comet appears to have originated from the Milky Way's thick disk where older stars reside, which means that the comet could be at least 7 billion years old, which is older than our solar system,
Wow.
and could have a water rich composition. Observations so far have found that the comet contains water in the form of solid ice grains and water vapor. Other volatile ices has been, such as carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, are expected to exist in this thing, although these substances have not been detected yet. It's amazing how they're able to detect these things from such a vast distance from
Yeah.
Um,
Holy
Future observations by more sensitive instruments like the James Webb Telescope will be able to determine the composition of this thing.
I just
Here
want
we go. On July 16th, physicist, okay, I know this name, Avi Loeb of Harvard University and other researchers published a paper on ARXIV.
Hmm.
It's a website. Well, anyway, published a paper on it speculating that 3I Atlas could be a hostile extraterrestrial spacecraft because they believe the object had anomalous characteristics, such as having an apparently large disk, lack of identifiable chemicals, and a trajectory aligned with the solar system's ecliptic plane. So, okay, now we have this a guy from Harvard coming up with an alien conspiracy. What had just been discovered 15 days prior. So this is probably has caused all of this mass hysteria that pe- people are saying. I don't know. Um, if if aliens are coming here, they're gonna think, "Wow, this this world is effed up."
You know, my mom always used to say it's only a matter of time before the aliens just decide that they're just going to take over this planet because just the way how we've, you know, treated this planet, they're thinking, you know what, we can do far better than what the human race can do. So, and they're not just like, it's not like going to be in films or anything. They're not going to come up and say, yeah, we're taking it over. They're going
Who's
to
to say they'd
communicate
be wrong?
telepathically, saying it's ours now.
Who's to say they'd be wrong, saying they can take care of it better than we can? We're
I
destroying it.
honestly believe that. I honestly think they probably could take it, take care of it better than we could, because they probably come from. I mean, it's probably not a surprise. They probably come from planets and galaxies where not only that's where their original home planets are, or where they were from originally, but more importantly, they're actually far more respectful to their planet and the environments around them.
Uh,
If they exist, they are not just more respectful, but they don't have the hindrance of what are we going to say? Maybe the attitude that we have,
Yeah,
the
there was
pompousness.
There was actually a famous case that occurred back in the early 70s. I don't know if you guys have ever heard
Ego.
of that.
There we go. Ego.
Yep. Did you guys ever hear of the Pascagoula UFO abduction? You guys ever heard of that one? That happened in 1972 in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Um, and long story short, it was involving these two guys. One was like in his 40s. The other was a kid. He was only 19. They were fishing and they were abducted by the cigar-shaped UFO, in which both of the guys have told different stories about their abductions. Sadly, both, considering it's been over 50 years now, they both have since passed away. And but I think the older guy once claimed that 20 years after the abduction in 1972, I think in 1992, he received another visit from one of these extraterrestrial beings. Now, the way how they described these beings were not the way like you would think they would be described. They weren't the grays or the insectoids or reptilians. These were described as like these gray beings that were like probably no more than 5 or 6 feet tall. But their heads, though, were completely like rounded, but there was no eyes or nose. It was just these like horns sticking out of their head, like one in the kind of like a carrot on a snowman, where he had a horn in front, two other horns on the sides, and a slit that probably manufactured as the mouth. Their hands were also kind of clamped together, like kind of like claws almost. And then their legs, they either had one leg or they were both their legs were merged into one. So not the typical kind of description you would usually hear, but
no,
supposedly in this case, and this goes back to with what we're talking about, he said that they visited him, but unlike the first time 20 years earlier, he volunteered to go to the ship apparently, and he supposedly was telepathically communicating with one of these supposed extraterrestrial beings, which, in spite of its appearance, which they looked genderless, this was a female being, and supposedly they said that they had interest of wanting to come over here and wanting to live here on Earth with us. But she said that she and her species refuses to do so because, and I know it sounds just like from these movies and books, but and they probably are still right now as we speak. They have been watching us for a long time, and they have seen what we here on Earth are like. It sounds like to me that wherever this species came from, it's probably completely the opposite. There's no drama, there's no disrespect, there's like no wars or anything. It's utopia, apparently. And they wanted to expand of wanting to come to Earth to live with us, but after seeing everything that's been happening, they're very reluctant to do so. So as a result of that,
Can't say
they
I
only,
blame them.
what's that?
I can't say I blame them.
I don't blame them either, but
If I was from another world and I came over here and saw the shape of this world, I wouldn't want to come here either.
I
Yep.
wouldn't either. I don't blame them feeling that way. So they're only if I'm thinking correctly, their only connection to Earth at this point is viewing it from a distance. They're not even they. This being even said that they don't even send their ships out in the sky because they know about like the airplanes, the fighter planes and stuff like that. It just goes to show that unless we make ourselves a better species, they are not coming here anytime soon.
Yeah.
I would honestly, if I got to meet them, I would honestly say, no, don't come here, please.
Yeah,
Wherever you go, it's got to be heaven over there. You have
I
much
would
better than
I would not only say don't come here, but I would also say please take me with you.
yeah. I mean, I
Right.
would even. It's not to sound. I mean, I would even try to make it clear. It's not trying to be prejudiced or anything. It's nothing personal. It's just that you guys have a better life over there than what we have over here. And that's
So
probably the reality.
Oh, we
okay,
don't know that. We don't know that. But
Hey,
somebody made a
Robert.
comment just a minute ago that uh,
while you're looking for that, I want to go back to this paragraph that I was reading off of about this A.V. Loeb from Harvard University.
mhm.
Um, he has made the same claim about another um, object called the um Amum Amwamwa. I I know I'm not saying that right, but this was discovered towards the end of 2017. I remember reading about this thing on the news actually. But is another interstellar object that is passing through the solar system, and this guy was saying then that this could be an alien aircraft um, because of certain characteristics. Again, with how far this thing is from us, how can you really even tell? Now, granted, with the James Webb, thank you. Now, granted, with the way that the James Webb Telescope is, they are able to zoom in with amazing clarity on stuff. They found a galaxy that is supposedly older than what the age of the universe is. Um,
Hey, Noreen.
so how that's even possible, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
really.
I think this guy Avi Loeb here is that he's wanting something to be um, not natural, and I'm seeing pictures here. I remember the one picture where is it? Oh, here it is. So they're tracking his movement, and the way that they're tracking it is that it's in a straight line going across here, which kind of tells me that this thing is not coming directly towards us, but is going off at an angle away from us.
You hear it a lot of times. Like it's no different than when you hear about giant meteors or
Yeah,
asteroids that are coming. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're heading directly toward Earth. They're just coming at a close range. So if it can do that in the case with the asteroids or meteors or comets, whatever this next, I mean, I guess I'll have to use the unidentified flying object is, it's probably just going to go right by, not directly toward Earth.
right. Yeah, we're looking at the chat.
Yeah, we've been watching. This must be a new. I was going to say this looks like a new viewer right here.
It is.
Yeah,
It
Ha,
is.
Ha Eden. If I'm saying that correctly.
Sue Eden.
See, I don't know. Okay, see, I'm steering. It looked like it said. It looked like it was PAU. Okay, sorry about that, Sue Eden. My apologies.
Yeah, usually the P is silent.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why. It looked like it said the screen was giving me the illusion that it was PAU, but now you can see it's PSU. But
So, the thing with this Avi Loeb, um, he needs to be careful
yeah,
because if he's not, then he could create a mass hysteria. Because we already see Adrian, you're muted. Because we already see how how people act on social media with
Yeah,
certain things,
yeah,
and once people start believing in this stuff, true or not, that's going to cause some problems down here.
oh
yeah,
yeah.
well,
But let's think about what he said in that thing I just showed. They cut down trees for religion. Everything that has gone bad in this world, that we have ruined things over, was for religion.
Yes,
Now it doesn't matter. I'm not saying I believe in this or this. It doesn't matter what religion. We have ruined this earth over religion of
we
some sort.
we ruined this earth. Many people had been killed in the name of religion.
yep,
Hmm. A
Um,
lot,
in some, huh?
a lot.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and
In
recently,
some cases, damn near genocide.
Yep.
yep,
Um, well, the whole Friday the 13th legend
yep.
basically came from that. The Templars?
I think so.
They were
Yeah,
trying to destroy the Templars,
Hmm.
and that was in the name of religion.
Yeah. Everything is because if they say it's in the name of religion, oh my gosh, let's all do it.
see, let's think about also because this is something I've been actually talking with. I was talking about this on an earlier show today, but and I'm not going to say this from a religious standpoint. I mean, some people may interpret it, but what I'm about to say, it's really not. Look at all with what's been happening these last couple days and these last couple weeks. With all of these disasters that have been occurring all over the world, and the way how I see it, because there's still and it's still going on right even right now as we speak, which it has costed a lot of people's lives.
Hmm.
Some people are already going to say that. I mean, there's already going to be like that religious standpoint. People are going to say it's the wrath of God or anything like that. I've even had some people come up to me and say that this even kind of reminds them of the movie 2012. They think it's the end of the world. I
Hmm.
don't think that either. The way how I see it is I see it as punishment, but not from a religious perspective. Because some people fail to realize when you look at planet Earth as a whole, it's more than just a giant ball of rock and air and water and so on. Even and not just Earth itself. I think most planets are probably like this, regardless whether they're rock or gas giants. That they're essentially living beings themselves. So, they have their own life force or something, and and just like people, animals, and to some varying degree plants, they probably have feelings of their own too, like their own sentience. So, I think the way how I see it is after all the the years, decades, if not even centuries of how we've mistreated this planet and, you know, with everything that all the disasters that have been following and also the resulting loss of life. think in a way this is like the earth punishing us in retaliation for how we've treated it. That's how I've kind of seen it.
The
Okay, so
the true the true ruining of the planet, in my opinion, would be at the start of the industrial age.
Yeah.
yeah,
That was when we started putting all kinds of crap out. In,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have done stuff for centuries, not as frequent, but yes, you're absolutely right on that.
there's also re- re- remember reading about the first atomic bomb when
Yep.
they were testing it.
yeah.
There was speculation that by detonating this atomic bomb could set the atmosphere on fire and burn it off.
Kind of set in like a greenhouse effect, like you see on
No, no, not that. They
well,
were
not a
talking about
greenhouse effect. But
literally destroying the atmosphere,
yeah. Okay.
where we wouldn't even have an ozone layer anymore, which would have killed society right there.
Would
And
have killed the entire planet.
they still did it. So think about the mentality that they had then.
Yeah. I
And
just
since then, they have created even powerful bombs than that.
yep. And this is again how I see this is probably like the earth pretty much saying, you know what? Had enough. It's time that I'm going to do something about it.
Well,
Absolutely. But
it's
And
not
and you
necessarily
also
that
have
we're
to
saying it's enough. It's the stuff that we are doing that is causing the chain reaction
mhm.
of the earth.
So let's
exactly.
go back. Let's go back. Look at, you can Google it. I don't know what books we're listening to because, well, let's go back. Everything that has been happening is due to some God, whatever God it is. So we can do this, we can do that, we can name a religion, which I can name two, but name a religion does not hurt environment, does not hurt other people, and isn't self-centered. Now, of course, this is debatable, and this is, I'm not asking you to actually say it. I'm I'm just asking you to think about it. But we have recently discovered cities way down below the temples, way down. So and they were more civilized than we are right now. So we have come to this point before and ruined ourselves because we are egotistical beings.
Buddhism. That's what Sue Eden said.
But yes, absolutely.
That was the one I was
Yeah.
Kate,
into.
that one I don't know. I'll have to look into. That
Well,
one I'm not familiar with.
I just pulled it up here. Shinto, also known as Shintoism, is Japan's indigenous religion characterized by the worship of kami, spirits that inhabit natural elements and ancestors. It's a way of life focused on ritual purity, harmony with nature, and reverence for family and ancestors. That is something I can get behind.
So like Wiccan.
Huh?
So maybe a little like Wiccan.
Probably. Let's see.
That sounds a little more like Wiccan to me.
Yeah. You
But
know,
somewhere along the way, our ego
yeah.
got in there. Now, I'm not I'm not saying one way or the other because none of us know. None of us know. We are here to learn. That's all we're here to do. But the Bible was man-made, man-written.
Yep.
Maybe it was written from things that were however they were handed down back then. I don't know. But then it took a twist to make it their own way. I have read so many books where Christians were evil because they took babies in. Babies nobody wanted. They took them in. They all of a sudden became evil because they said that we were eating babies. Where that came from?
It all came from the religion.
No. Well,
Well,
yes,
not from the
yes.
religion, at least not yet. But yeah,
But here's the thing. Christians talked about the body of Christ, eating it, right? Communion, right?
Mhm.
Drinking the blood of Jesus. Communion, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
How is that different from Wiccan and some of the spells that we do?
Here's how I look at it. When you talk about Christianity, um, from the inside, people see it as the greatest thing, the only thing. From the
Right.
outside, people view it as evil. Now, let's flip that switch. Go back to the days of Vlad the Impaler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
The stuff that he did, we view as evil.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's atrocious.
Yep.
But where he came from,
Right.
he was a national treasure.
Right.
Good
Right.
night, Lauren.
The same thing goes for Genghis Khan.
Yep,
Yep.
To us, he's evil. To them, he's the next thing to God.
yep. Lauren, I'll respond back to your question tomorrow. I'm sorry I didn't answer your question. She was just asking how's my new job doing. But but you're right. I mean, because like it's funny that you brought that up. Because I wanted to comment on that too, Jeremy. Was if you look at somebody like Vlad the Impaler, like I said, like you just said, we view it as evil. But when you look at the history, and of course, I know Tim has brought this up, and I've also brought it up on some occasions too. He was the one, of course, who obviously fought and tried to stop the spread of Islam into his own area. And he was even supported by the Pope. The Orthodox signed with, with his army, and it didn't mean anything to the Pope or anything else. To him, it was like, who cares? He was fighting Turks, but when you compare, another thing that I also think is important when you brought up some of these leaders like Vlad the Impaler, Genghis Khan, and you compare, some people have even tried, even though it's not necessarily the same, but similarity. Some people compare them to like the dictators of what we have here in other countries today. While there may be some similarity to it, if you look with people like Vlad the Impaler and Genghis Khan, they may have had all this power, but for them, even they had to follow certain rules that if they didn't cooperate, they would lose that position of power. Then
There are certain rules everywhere, no matter where you go.
that's what I mean. Like even for them, they had to follow certain rules.
Okay. So, Nick, you are the historian in this bunch. Okay. I'm going to present a challenge to you, which I know last time you were presented a challenge, it took months. But
Yeah, I know.
Hold on. Think about this, Adrian.
I know.
With
Oh,
what
I know. It's
just
terrible.
telling us before we started the show, do you want to add another thing on to that massive pile that he's got?
Oh,
yes, yes, I do. This I do. Yes, I do.
Here we go.
oh
Because I
boy.
think he may actually have the answer or be able to find it very quickly. Here's your challenge. At what point, let's forget religion, let's forget the Bible, let's forget Buddhism, let's forget all of that and do just history. At what point in this world and why did we become either prejudiced, not like another country, or become territorial? Why did that happen? I know the answer.
Yeah, and that's a really, really good question to ask. Yeah.
And that's forgetting all religion.
Right. It's not about, religion or race or where you're from or whatever the
That's right.
case is.
Because let's get real. Jesus ain't white. I
Yeah.
believe Jesus existed. Of course he did. But that sucker was not white.
Braxton brought up another example, Elizabeth Bathory.
I love Braxton. What'd he say?
No, he was just bringing up another dark figure, like, when it comes to religion, like Elizabeth
Okay.
Bathory, the blood countess.
Okay. See, Braxton has done history. Braxton
Yeah, he has.
understands. And that's why I love to hear him chime in.
I was
Yeah.
actually just reading about Elizabeth the other day because I bought a magazine about vampires a couple years ago, and I just now got around to going through it. And she was one of those that was featured in there along with Richard Case or
Oh,
Chase.
Richard Chase. Oh my God. I actually thought about making a movie one time, like a dramatization film, but after I did some research and I accidentally came across the crime pictures, I changed my mind immediately. I mean, I can't do this.
No. Well, let's think about this. We are with a group of people, right? Right now, we're with our group of United States people, which are divided into 10 different directions.
Yeah, Kate, we could see your comments. She said she's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could see them loud and clear.
Yeah. Now,
I've been watching the comments, honestly. When we do these shows, believe it or not, I keep an eye on more of the
I
comments.
do too, but until the second time somebody comments, I'm not able to see, which is new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't either. This is new on my end, which my internet's been apparently weird. But let's think about this.
Flux as a whole has been weird because
Oh,
Saturday and Sunday I was trying to air an old episode of Shane and Mary's, and for whatever reason it wasn't airing anywhere. Even though on EV itself it was saying it was airing, but it wasn't showing up anywhere I was putting it on.
Yeah, Braxton has really done his
Zach
research.
did one yesterday and it went through.
well, let's look at this. If we're looking at history,
Oh,
where was the first, Nick, I'm going to leave this to you. Where was the first civilization? Where was the first humankind made?
what are
Hello?
you doing here? Hey.
Hey, Nikki said that you wanted me to join.
Oh, really?
I would love to have your opinion on this.
Oh, here I just joined. What's the topic right now?
Well, it's all over the place, but right now, so let's forget religion completely, altogether.
Okay.
What was the first humankind? Where were they? And what race were they?
Let's see. Well, well, in ancient times there were like 6 different types of humans. One being the Neanderthal, as some of us know, and only just one of them ended up evolving into the human beings we are today. But as far as where they started, let's see. Yeah, I just honestly, I'm like not the biggest expert as to where, but I just knew what we were back in
Okay.
the times.
So I think we can agree that it was not anywhere white people were.
Right.
Okay, so where did we get this stupid notion that white people are supreme? Where did we get this stupid notion? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I won't. But the power of suggestion is that's what's ruling this world right now is power of suggestion. People not thinking for themselves, and nobody standing up because they're afraid they might get berated.
right. Yeah, there's
Berated, I don't give two shits because
Oh, and Adrian Braxton gave you this admiration message.
Smartest apple. Braxton, stop that shit. Don't make me come have to spank your ass, boy.
Yeah, how's it going, Brexton?
He's like my second child.
Yeah, he's been just like with your show, Don. He's been a huge fan of Supernatural talk. So
Nice.
there's not really as far as I can remember, there's not a show that we've gone by where he's not watching. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, he's been around.
We did miss last week, and
Yeah,
I
and
know
the week before that, and the week before that.
no, he was there the week before that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, he joins when he can, you know. Like
Yeah.
believe me, I know what it's like. I have people who watch my live streams and my podcasts. Yeah, I do have some who watch very often and some who just watch every once in a while. So every person is different with that.
Noreen, thank you.
Yeah, Noreen makes a good point.
Exactly. Thank you. And we have manipulated, and the only one I've actually studied to see where we've manipulated is Christianity. I'm not going to.
So
That's the only one. So maybe there's others. I don't know. But, let's talk about like Wiccan. It's about the earth. It's about nature. It's about loving everybody. I can get behind that. What I can't get behind is somebody being vengeful and somebody telling you have to do things that you, as a person on earth, cannot do, physically cannot do, because we're human and that's the way we're supposed to be. I don't know. There are other religions like Buddhism. I've just started actually looking into that to where I can maybe understand what it's
And
about.
a lot of that voodooism, believe it or not, because some people don't realize that.
Not voodoo. No. I wasn't talking about voodoo. I said Buddhism.
Oh, I thought you said voodoo. I'm sorry. It sounded
No.
like
Voodoo, I'm all behind. I will put a
no,
on your ass. I don't care.
it just sounded like the same thing.
Voodoo, let's do it. No,
Never mind.
I
Mind what I was going to say.
I'm trying to get
Energy.
behind the origins of some of these religions. That's all I'm trying to study, the origins behind their religions and where they come from.
Yeah.
So some of the first ones were worshiping the stars and the celestial things. And then when people didn't understand thunder, all of a sudden there was a god that made the thunder.
Yeah, you had Zeus, for example. And then, of course, in Native American cultures, you have the Thunderbird, and also one of my other favorite ones. And since Nikki's watching, she might know this. But if you look at in cases like with the Aboriginal tribes in northern Australia, because the Aboriginal tribes there had lived with like lightning for thousands of years, and believe it or not, from November to January of each year, that area experiences some of the most powerful and biggest thunderstorms in the world. But for the Aboriginals' belief, in their case, this was actually, they believe that this was the work of the so-called Lightning Brothers, which, as you see in the cave drawings, they painted them on rocks throughout the region. And people don't know, to make it short, these were warriors, tribal brothers who fought over a woman. As their stone axes clashed, the sparks became lightning. The noise of the fight was the thunder. Now, in one story, the triumphant brother had children, which were rows of baby lightning bolts waiting to be released. And so that's where their belief system came when it came to storms in their culture.
Okay.
Isn't Thor also supposed to be the god of thunder?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And a Marvel superhero.
you don't understand.
Well, that too.
We try to make ourselves understand it. So now that we understand a little bit more, we think we do, or did we put that in our heads that we do? I don't know. It's become accepted.
Even worse.
This is what it is. I don't know. But we've had civilizations before us more advanced than we are right now.
Hmm.
And they have ruined themselves because they were too advanced. Because we are, honestly, as a species, too dumb to have that kind of technology. We ruin ourselves because we are egotistical.
Yeah, the Aztecs, the Roman Empire,
Yeah, like what Braxton said, the ancient Mayans and the Aztecs had
Yes.
their ancient gods and goddesses too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We are egotistical as a being. That's what we are. And when somebody challenges us, just like an animal, we're no different than an animal. Just like what you just said, we fight over a woman, right?
Yeah, like the
Males
lightning
fight
bolt.
over a woman. The reason for that is our instinct, not only to breed, but our instinct to be the superior breed. Like, in the wild, somebody who's weaker, let's just say elk.
I was thinking that exact same thing, Kate.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
A weaker elk is not going to get to breed because the stronger elk is going to kick its butt and it's going to go away.
Right.
It's the same with humans, except with humans, it's been inbred. That's wrong word.
inbred. I was like, whoa, wait,
Let me
what?
back up. It's been bred into us. Maybe inbred. I don't know.
There is a difference.
You
Yeah.
know, anymore, I'm not sure. But it has been bred into us. Used to, it was bred into us that women are nurturers. We are to follow and we are to obey. And I know this is controversial, but that's the way it was expected, and that's the way it was back then. Sure, there were a few that were rebels. They are now legends. Rattlesnake Kate, a bunch of them. They're legends now because they went out of the norm. Later on in life, women burned their bras. Well, guess what? When they did that, now they had to get fucking jobs because they fucked up. They didn't let a man take care of them no more. So here we are. But, evolution is not always great because we have instincts. We do. And women's instincts are to nurture, they are to love. That should be our instinct. Society has taught us different. You can do it on your own. You don't need a man. You don't. How is that going to go for society when women don't need men anymore? Well, I guess in vitro. I don't know.
It's hard to
But
say.
things are wrong. Things are going the wrong direction, period.
See, I also wanted to
Direction.
see. I also was going to say, and this goes back to with what we were talking about, like kind of like what you were just mentioning, Adrian, was when it comes to the evolution, in spite of the negative side effects, and also like when we were talking about, the prejudice, racism, and stuff like that. I was thinking to myself, this will obviously be long after our lifetime, but the way how I see it, at least from this certain degree, is a couple hundred years down the road, the human race is going to be so interracially mixed that nobody is going to be able to tell who's what anymore. I mean, so like terms like black, white, Asian, Hispanic, they're going to be almost more like outdated terms because at that point everybody's going to be all that rolled into one. But even if that's the case, like you said, as far as everything else though, it's probably not going to make any it's not as far as like environmental or whatever, it's still not going to be better.
And that's the thing. Environmental is what makes us who we are. Some of it is if we're willing to stick to what we believe in, but is what we believe in what we've been taught, or is what we believe in what we're willing to open our minds and look around and have our own thoughts? That's the difference. And what is shoved down our throats on the internet, that's a whole different thing. If you're scrolling and all you see is this certain genre of stuff, there's an
Cade
old saying, you are who you are around. And that is true. The
yes.
people surrounding you, you're going to become like them. I don't care who you are. You're going to at least take on some of those characteristics.
Cade makes a
Social
really
media
good
allows us to do that, and I hate it.
Right.
Cade makes a really good point
She
about how
does.
the Vikings women were as equals, no, nothing less, nothing more,
Yeah.
and there's always been talk. There's always, I don't know if it was involved. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adrian. There's always been talks about, like, how women in this case, throughout history, that they have not only given equal opportunities and also, like, to try to be like have the same equality that men do. But when you look at some certain types of, not necessarily wars, but there have been many more women who have, died and sacrificed their lives than there have been with men. When you really look at it, it depends on exactly which case we're talking about. I'm not saying it's like that for everything, but there have been some cases like that.
It
Well,
depends
I
on
mean,
the cultures.
let's go back to how far we actually have documentation. What's that, bub?
What Braxton was suggesting right here, that we look up Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes, fire, and lightning. Yeah, apparently, like this.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna full screen.
Yeah,
I
he
can't see
knows he'll give me an assignment and I'll go do it. That's what he's doing.
a
Yeah,
volcano,
apparently had the power over volcanoes.
Yep.
fire and lightning and wind. So almost like representing several different elements.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let that goddess sleep for right now, because if a certain volcano goes off, most of us are done. So let's
Yeah.
let's let
I
that
think I know
goddess
which
sleep.
one. I think we already know which is the one that we're concerned about, and that's obviously Yellowstone.
Yes. Yes.
Very much so, because we'll be gone. I'll say goodbye now. I probably won't even know that it's coming. But
And I've been to Yellowstone, and I can never forget the smell of the sulfur there.
oh, I know.
It's like
Yeah.
I was actually I was talking we were talking about that earlier today on Shane and Mary's show along with Jenny, and people don't realize, like, when it comes to a place like Yellowstone, they think it's this place where all these geysers and stuff, and people, a lot of people still think volcanoes are just like your typical cone-shaped mountain, when that's not always the case. I mean, Yellowstone, that is literally a crater and a sleeping monster underground.
So, Kate, you know I have no filter. You said it. I'm going to run with it. Yes, it is correct.
Uh-oh.
Some of it is because Adam and Eve and the stigma. Here's the thing. Men have always, and we're looking at Adam and Eve, we're looking at Vikings, we're looking at the beginning of time. Women hold the power. I'm going to tell you why. Men's, just like animals, drive is to procreate. That's why she was able, if it really happened, she was able to lure him however she could. We now use that power to make men do what we want to, because otherwise they don't get any. That's supposedly how it's supposed to go. But let's look at Vikings. We brought up Vikings. Women were equal back then if they wanted. There was either slaves or there was warriors in women. And warriors or slaves could become wives of warriors if they wanted to, or they could become girlfriends of women warriors if they wanted to. Anything went back then. We went back to that in the 60s, 70s, whenever Woodstock was.
1969.
Free love. Let's all do this. It was the same back then. We keep going in cycles. We just keep repeating this cycle, just in different ways. What's going to happen? Who knows? I'm not completely convinced that this We are not living in some kind of a video game for somebody, because holy shit, this is crazy. And, some people are able to
One way
see.
of putting it.
I had a guy walk up to me one day, and I knew this guy. He had died on a motorcycle. He died. He was dead for 10 minutes and somehow came back normal. He was able to walk. He was able to talk. You couldn't tell.
Wow.
But there was things he told me that I went, wait a minute. This makes sense. He walked up to me one day and he said, Adrian, why in the fuck are you wanting to chase these damn ghosts and shit? I said, I'm just investigating. He said, no, you're screwing with shit you know nothing about. And I'm going to tell you something. Once you walk through that door, you cannot unsee what you see. And I'm like, okay. He said, are you prepared for what you see? I said, sure. He said, no, you're not. You absolutely are not. And I was working at a gas station when he said this. He said, look out there. What do you see? I said, gas pumps, trucks, the sunset. What are you talking about? He said, but is that what's really there? I said, what? I'm going to leave you with that. He said, because I see what's there and it's not what you're seeing. And he walked away.
So what that is he's probably looking at things almost interdimensionally.
He absolutely is, because he told me, I had him describe to me what he saw when he died. And he told me, he said, people talk about missing your family or worried about your kids. He said, that's not how it is. Not for me, it wasn't. Once I disconnected from my body, I didn't remember anything there. I didn't miss anything. I had no feeling. I had no nothing. But I had no pain either. He said this big being looked like an alien, what we would describe as an alien, walked up to me. I was on a spacecraft. It's like, are you hallucinating? He said, no, but we talk telepathically. That's what made it click, because those of us who are psychic mediums talk telepathically to spirits. I was like, what? He said, I knew what he was saying, but he didn't have a mouth. We were talking telepathically. And he told me just to sit tight, sit still.
That's similar to what I was talking about, like I said, in the case with the Pascagoula case, like how they had these slits for mouths, which they communicated telepathically.
Yeah, there is no need for that.
Well, and there was something I left out. I forgot to mention about that case. That being that spoke with the guy, 20 years after the initial abduction. The female being, she claimed that she and her species also believed in the same God that we believed in. So they apparently said they had the Bible on their planet as well. So, which, when you really think, if you really think, you hear the old thing that God created the universe, and the case. Well, I could see how that's definitely possible in this case if you have a race of extraterrestrial beings that literally believe in the same God figure that we here on Earth believe in.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you think about it, when this person was telling me this, he didn't know that I could communicate with spirits at all. And I'm like, wait a minute. So explaining to somebody how you got what you got sounds ridiculous. We're not tapping into half of our brain. That's been proven. We don't tap into half the brain we have. So what if they can? And once you can, what is the need for words or
what's the exact
communication
word?
that way?
Yeah, what's the point at that, then?
Yeah.
But we're evolving into that. And maybe they had it back then. They had no word for it. I don't know. But empaths that can feel other people's feelings, that can know what somebody's thinking without an expression on their face, without anything. They can just know somebody's hurting, somebody's, anxiety, whatever the case might be. We are tapping into things that we are not taught. It's
Yeah.
learned.
Yeah, the world would be a completely different place if we all did communicate telepathically.
Yeah, it
Yes,
would be. And
Man.
Sue
you
Eden,
couldn't lie to people. You
Yeah.
couldn't.
We would have no need for this either.
no, you
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
Definitely not.
You couldn't lie to people. You couldn't, tell somebody, "Oh, I like you. You're just the best person on earth," and then go to your friend and go, "That person's a stupid bitch."
Sue Eden,
Very true. Very
Yeah.
true.
I was thinking too.
yeah, Sue Eden, just to answer your question quickly, I think she's referring to the story, the aliens I was saying about. They didn't say. I didn't see necessarily anything about. They said they had the same Bible stories. The description was rather vague. So all I know is that they said they believe in the Bible on their whatever their home planet is compared to us. I don't. As
Right.
far as stories, I have no clue.
We wrote the Bible. Humans
Yeah.
wrote that Bible.
Yep.
We all know. Let's look at forensic evidence. Let's look at cops. We can all see the same car accident from different angles. And when we go to tell that story, everybody has a different story on that accident. It's never the same. So, our interpretation is always different as
That's
humans.
how the first 4 books of the New Testament are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a question then. Even if we wrote the Bible ourselves, like I said, in the case with this extraterrestrial race of beings, it does make me wonder how the Bible, possibly in this case, ended up on their home planet and they started following it the same exact way.
They had their own
Is
Bible.
it that Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Bible is just a word for what we follow.
Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Is it the same? I don't know. Of course, I believe there's a God. There is a supreme being that had something happen, because we didn't just all of a sudden evolve out of spores. But what is it? Is it an alien? Is what we call God an alien? Or what we call God what we now call aliens? I don't know.
Well, in the
But-
species I mentioned, they said they believe in the same God we believe in.
But right, but what is that God that we believe in? There's so
Right.
many of us that believe in so many different things. So what God?
That's a good question. And it also makes you wonder too, like, whatever these beings are, like, what do they see, like, in their belief system is God? Like, do they see it? Do they see him? Like, I mean, it's like, do they see him as a human being like we do, or do they see him like them, or do
Well,
they see
here's the thing.
Yeah, I mean-
Anything that happened, the exact same thing that happened then happened now, we would have a completely different interpretation of it.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Of
Definitely.
the people involved, because like in Jesus's case,
Mhm.
one example, he healed a blind man where he could see.
Right.
Today we remove cataracts.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
There was a guy that was raised from the dead back then, or perceived as dead.
right.
Today, that is coming back from a coma.
Right.
right?
Or
Right.
some of those illnesses that you didn't breathe. That's why they made those little bells in caskets. But
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
let's
ring the
look-
bell if you were buried alive.
let's look at how much human influence is involved in this, because we all agree Jesus wasn't fucking white. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Because-
Here's the thing: if it was written by man, human involvement influences all over it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
in this did Jesus become white? Because the white race was not the prominent race.
It,
So where
it
did
probably
white influence
came about during the time with the birth of Christianity, because Christianity came in the European times or
Viking,
era.
kings, and yes. Yeah.
Well, and if you also look at like,
White came in, and
yeah,
also another thing to think about when you talk about white becoming the dominant
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
Um, I think that had a lot to do with it, but I also think that the slavery thing
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
to do
Yeah,
with it. And
absolutely.
mm,
now white man is asserting dominance over black man.
Right, right. So where did our common sense disappear? I mean, like, where did we start allowing people to dominate our common sense?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I never understood the whole
Keep
aspect.
in
Like, it's like, yeah, it's like when I first learned about Africans being enslaved. Like when I was in like junior high, I was like thinking, thank God that my ancestors had nothing to do with that because we immigrated here from Italy 100 years ago.
Right,
but
right.
keep in
And
mind
that's the thing.
it was a different time back then.
Yeah,
Now,
right,
now,
Reality was different back then.
now, let's go back to history, though. Yes, white owned those black slaves, but who sold those black slaves? It wasn't the white people.
Mm.
They sold themselves. That did not make them right. That did not make us right. But
Well,
as far as who
yep,
Jesus was, of course, I believe Jesus lived.
Mm.
yeah.
Yes, he was a person. He must have been a hell of an influential person. But was he white? No, because there was no white back then.
Well, and here's another
This was
good,
back there
yeah.
in where we're fighting now, which
Well, and
is
here's something that
ridiculous. But
not necessarily from a religious perspective, but a similar approach where, I probably talked about this on the show before, so I'll just bring it up again. When you hear the old thing about, like, for example, here in the state, well, not just here in the States, pretty much throughout a good majority of North America,
Yeah.
where prior before the white settlers arrived, you had Native Americans and as well as other indigenous people that populated a good portion of the, not just what is now the United States, just a good portion of the continent.
Right.
And, you know, we were always told as kids that Christopher Columbus and the guys that he was with were the first ever not just European but settlers ever to arrive here on North American soil. Which, first of
yep,
all, we now know that that was not the case at all. The closest he ever got to was the Caribbean islands, which we now
yep,
know as the Bahamas. And
yep,
secondly, two other groups we now know were there long before Christopher Columbus ever arrived, and those were obviously the Vikings from 1,000 years ago, and also there's I think I talked. This is the part I think I talked about. Supposedly, the Chinese might have also been the first real settlers to the North American soil, and they arrived probably about 60 years before Columbus's arrival. That was back in 1422,
Oh,
and there's been a book written about it. In fact, as a reminder, the guy who wrote the book had said that he made a visit to China probably well over 10, 15 years ago. And while he was visiting one of the district city areas of China, he kept seeing the number 1422. And he wasn't quite sure what 1422 represent. He knew it didn't take long for him to realize it represented the year. And he thought to himself, well, I guess 1422 must have been a very important year for the Chinese. And so he asked a few of the historians that in the area, and they supposedly said that that was representing when they first landed. They made the discovery of North American soil. So once again, when you and it sounds like to me, based on the book and the few remaining accounts he was able to find, obviously they were much more peaceful than the European settlers would be. And if you look at some of the Native American tribes, even as of today, with their ancestry, you notice some of them have Asian ancestry mixed in. So it's
sure.
quite likely that,
Mexican,
yeah,
Mexican
that too.
ancestry, absolutely.
Yeah, so therefore, it's quite likely that the Chinese, the Spanish, arrivals, during these, during those centuries, obviously were not only more peaceful than the European settlers would be, but more importantly, they actually, formed relationships, marriages, families, and some of which have lasted for centuries to this day with the modern day descendants.
Well, here's the thing we need to remember. Let's look back at all these scenarios we just talked about. The downfall of all of these scenarios is they either followed their culture, which you're supposed to do. It's tradition, it's whatever. That's fine. The honoring your ancestors, your family, that's great. But let's start thinking for ourselves, because if we don't, I mean, who wrote that Columbus founded our country? Whoever wrote it knew better.
Yeah.
And
we
somebody
now know,
else knew that didn't happen.
and
And
we
they
also
didn't stand up for it. They were
we
like,
also,
okay, yep, that's what happened. Why can't we think for ourselves
yeah.
instead of letting others influence us?
Exactly. There was a lot of that going on back then.
Yeah,
Well, and
and
we
it
now
still
know too
is.
that Christopher
It still
Columbus,
is.
It wasn't until I got out of high school that I even heard the name Leif Erikson.
right?
Right, exactly.
Oh,
And
man.
when you really look at someone like Christopher Columbus, I mean, we now know he was also not as heroic as we all wanted to think. He was not only did he not truly discover America, but he was also a very nasty individual, which I know there's been that movement of wanting to change Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about this.
Not a
I'm
problem.
ashamed to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm 51. Okay. I did not know this name until I married the man I'm with right now. Because whatever was in the books, I took as gospel and I moved on. I did not think for myself. And
That's
I
how
did
they
not.
expect it to be.
Huh?
That's how they expect it to be.
Exactly. And I did that. That's why I'm saying now, this is some bullshit, and we all need to start thinking for ourselves,
Well,
doing some research.
That's the thing. When we are that young, we are incapable. Most of us are incapable of thinking for ourselves.
So it's ingrained in our heads, and we
don't know
move
any
on
better.
with that in our lives. And we should not. We should start, as adults, we should start digging. We have the internet. And yes, half the internet is some bullshit. But we have the capability
Isn't that the
to
truth?
look at history. We have the capability right now. They're about to remove it. So, let's grab what we can and save it and do whatever and teach our kids, grandkids, whatever, because it's about to be gone. And with that, just like if you're writing the Bible right now, you're only going to put in what's there. The rest is gone.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now. And if we don't do something about it, we're screwed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Irish, Pakistan, they're too.
Yeah, Braxton makes this was another interesting one. I wanted to show what Braxton just said.
Yes, I stole all religions, boy.
Yeah, and the Pakistanis, yeah, they were stolen because they became a conquered people. Yep, he's absolutely
Celtic
right.
paganism was prominent in Ireland, Hinduism.
Absolutely.
And I love both of those religions just because they're not about yourself. They're not about honoring a vengeful God. They're not
No,
about,
it's not.
you have to do this, you have to do that. But they are about honoring the earth, honoring yourself, honoring other people.
Yeah.
Well, I was exposed to the
I don't
Hindu.
follow any. I don't
I
follow.
was exposed to the Hindu, religion, a few years ago. I mean, not to a great degree. That was when I had that friend of mine from my elementary school who passed away from cancer. So that was my first real exposure to Hinduism, like how it all worked, if that makes sense. I mean, yes, it may have been for a funeral, but at least I was able to see it from some type of position to understand like what their culture and religion is like,
Yep.
Yeah.
to some degree. So it made looking at that, obviously, yes, it was unknown, but it definitely made more sense to me.
And that's
Right.
why now it's accepted. Say, if somebody asks you what religion you are, somebody asks me that, I'm going to tell them, I don't know, because I take a little bit from everything. Whatever resonates is what I take from everything. Do I believe I'm going to hell? No, I believe we are in hell. right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, and
Yeah.
also I would like to point out that yeah, paganism. I think it's ridiculous the way it's been depicted as like some sort of evil religion in fiction. Like you look at movies like I don't know, Wicker Man or Rawhead
Yeah.
Rex,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I'll tell you right now, when I was in college, I actually met someone who was pagan. You know, participated in like I guess you could call it witchcraft, but does it for good things, healing. So it's like you look at and movies like that, I'm just like, yeah, no, like I'm not gonna judge paganism just because of what you see in like the media. Like it's like you don't
Right.
know them unless you actually talk to them.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Christianity or anything else.
Yes,
It,
yes,
Yeah,
it's
and
what
also
you
same
believe
with
in.
Wicca too, because people always are under the belief that because with Wicca you do have the Wiccan star, which people always interpret it as the satanic pentagram. They all think it's the same thing, but it's not. It's not even just a matter of the shape, but also the color too, of course, because we all know the Wiccan star is white, contrast to the satanic one, which is red.
Nope.
yeah,
It's originally
Wiccan star can be anything.
It could be any.
Wiccan star represents north, south, west, and east.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the Wiccan star because we are about the four corners, the north, south, east, and west. Fire, water, earth.
5 corners.
The five corners, yeah.
of course, yes, that's right.
North, south, west, east. That's four. Now, what we're talking about is fire, earth, fire, water.
Air and spirit.
Yeah.
Yes,
Air is spirit. Yeah.
I've heard of the Hellfire Club, Braxton.
yeah, yeah. I think
Fire-
that's
I've heard of that too.
Yeah. Ireland especially. Not much from the one from England, but I know all
yeah.
too well the one from Ireland.
It's definitely much more active in Ireland.
It is.
And I actually did a thesis in college on Satan worshiping. It's not what you think it is. They do not believe it's that devil that is down there to burn you for eternity. If you actually look at a satanic Bible, which scared me to death to do in college, but that was my thesis because I'm the rebel.
Hmm.
It's all about honoring yourself first before you can honor other people. That's really all it's about. They're not evil. Now, there are people that have taken it to a whole different level to sacrifice and do different things, and that's on them. But
Yeah.
that is not Satanism.
Well, and when you think about it too, when it comes to like an entity like Satan himself, you also have to remember he was also once an angel himself, Lucifer, if I'm thinking correctly,
The fallen angel.
the
That's
fallen
it.
angel. So, he was in that case, he was not always 100% from the very beginning as an evil entity. He started off as I think considered one of the most beautiful angels in the
He was.
Christian. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay,
what they say. Now, did he have some humanity in him to where he rebelled a little bit and didn't just follow like deities are supposed to? I don't know.
it's hard to
Was he
say.
maybe not that ascended? I don't know. But here's the thing. If we're to follow the Bible, God doesn't make mistakes. So why was he up there with him? He should have known what he was.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of layers in there that I don't think we're going to understand until we're there, until we're actually dead. And we can, this shroud we've got that we cannot see through, we can finally see and understand. We're not going to know.
Yeah, yeah.
We can assume all day, but I think the bottom line is to be as good of a human as you can be. We're going to hurt people no matter what. Intentionally or unintentionally, it's going to happen. We have feelings such as anger, and it's going to come out in ways we don't want it to, but it's going to.
Just the lifestyle that we just have to live in that case. That's just part of human life.
Yeah, that is part of humanity. Now, are we probably the lowest species there is? I believe we are. Because
think
look
so,
at animals. They don't have
Yeah.
anger. what they have is survival mode.
Yep.
And it's not anger, it's not jealousy, it's not any of that. It's survival mode. So, but we have this jealousy, we have anger, we have all kinds of things that are human emotions that others do not have. So, are we probably the lowest species there? Yeah, probably. Because we screw ourselves more
Yeah.
than any
Isn't
other.
Oh yeah.
that is so well, and that's also something that kind of compares. And I don't want to get too much into it, but that also compares again to with what we were talking to earlier about like these extraterrestrial beings, how they're more intelligent, more advanced than us and stuff. And you look at like a lot of like what I was talking about earlier, like eventually they're just going to take over to have more respect for this planet. In other words, it's like you see a lot of those alien movies, and Don, you know this all too well. You see a lot of those alien invasion movies, like War of the Worlds and stuff like that, and it's always shown a lot that the aliens are the bad guys. They're the ones that are the destructive forces, and we as the human race have to fight them off. But in my perspective, from my belief, with these type of the true extraterrestrial species out there, I don't think they're really the true enemies in the universe. I think for the most part, not only are we the lowest, but I think the true bad guys I think is really us for the most part. So it's
Yeah.
not even just the
Really?
lowest
Well,
form, but also
I mean-
we're the baddest.
You don't
Yeah.
know that.
I'm sorry. Oh, who's?
No, go ahead, Don. Go on.
I was looking at Braxton's thing. No, Braxton, that's not what I'm thinking.
No, but yeah, everybody always has a different opinion on the as far as how aliens would be if they existed. I mean, like Stephen Hawking actually believes that he believed that if aliens actually did exist, then there's a very good chance that they would not be friendly towards us.
Well, yeah, because I mean, look at us. Half of us think the others are dumb. We're looking at this Earth going, how can you even believe that? Are you stupid?
Yeah, like from what you said, Nick, I mean, if aliens did exist and they said they came to us, it's like, do you think they would be very appreciative of how we depicted them in media? Like you look at, like you said, War of the Worlds, Mars Attacks, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Signs. All the negative ways we've depicted aliens. It's like,
Well, and also more importantly too, that even if they are friendly beings, like, and if they said, "Hey, we want you to come live with us on our planet" and stuff like that, you can kind of see almost like a repeat. And this kind of goes with what we were also just talking a few minutes ago, Adrian. Like when it came to like like I said, Columbus's arrival with the Native American, not necessarily Columbus, the European settlers, and they took over a lot of the areas that the Native Americans lived for thousands of years. You can kind of almost see kind of like a repeat of that, in some way possibly on another planet if aliens allowed us to come live with us. So, and Don, you probably may know where I got this from. There was actually a show. Stephen Hawking, once again, he once said before he passed away that every time a more advanced society meets a less advanced society, usually doesn't work out too well for the less advanced society. So he's kind of been suggesting for kind of maybe both our safety and the aliens' safety that maybe we shouldn't have any type of contact with aliens at all because it might not work out well for us or for them.
yeah, we
Well,
don't know.
Why are we being prevented? So let's look at the Bible. It says, do not talk to spirits.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
It says that for one of two reasons. Now, do I know the reason? I don't. But one of two reasons. Either we're going to learn things that we're not supposed to know, or we're not prepared to know, or they really are acting like something that we should know. And like let's say we think we're talking to our long lost grandma, and it's really not. We don't know which side it really is because they give us the answers that we know are true. But is it because they're trying to deceive us? Or is it because they really are that person? I don't know. And, that's things that we will not know until we cross to whatever next realm we're headed to.
That's correct. Yeah.
So, the moral of this story, which I know Jeremy is giving me the stink eye that we need to get this done. Um,
No, I'm not. But we do need to end because
yes, we do. I know.
Nikki's
Um,
doing a
Yeah,
show.
Nikki's I actually gotta eat something before I go on Nikki's show. So
but the moral of this whole thing, let's just be the best, whatever entity we are right now. Humans are not the best thing on this universe, but let's try to be the best that we can be
Yes.
and understand that everything we hear and see may not be reality. Let's think for ourselves, follow our gut instinct, which is what, you know, things have done from day one. Dinosaurs survived as long as they did till ice. Of course, nobody can survive ice age, but
Nope.
yep.
they survived on their gut instinct. We need to go back to that primal instinct and follow our guts.
I agree.
That
If
that
we-
could actually be a problem because I have a feeling that soon society is going to break down and we are going to go back to those primal instincts, and that's
Oh.
going to spell the end for us.
Jeez.
Well,
Yeah.
if we do go back to those primal instincts, that's a good thing because some of us are going to feel empathy for others like we're supposed to. Others are going to be absolute killers, which is what is in their DNA. And others are just not as evolved. And either they're going to take over and kill the rest of us, or they're going to go.
Right.
Which way it goes, who knows? But all we can do is be the best version of ourselves that we can be. We can't change anybody else's actions or reactions, but we can definitely be mindful of our own.
That's a very good point. Very well said.
A dystopian future. Yeah.
Dystopian
Good
future.
dystopian future.
Where
Something.
we're headed. That is exactly where we're headed.
Mad Max. Yeah.
Yeah, that's we're gonna end up like in Mad Max soon.
Oh, don't get me started on Mad Max.
Oh,
Man.
there's one thing I'd want to say about that because Donna, you know, I always like to say it. It's involving Mad Max.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I already know.
Every addition to that series, it's like it gets 10 times worse than what their society was.
Come here.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first movie, everything was all what we see. The next movie is all desert.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, V for Vendetta. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so how does that happen?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, yeah, we need to get
Yeah,
off
we got to run. We got to end this because I need to take a break.
because
Right.
Nick is ready to do her show.
Yeah. Happy to join you guys. This has been great.
Yeah, thanks for coming
Thank you,
on,
Don.
So we will be back next week. Tomorrow I will have 13th Dimension. I will have Alex Matsuo on as a guest.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
We're going to be talking about the Paranormal Research Symposium that she's got coming up in a couple weeks.
awesome.
I'm so glad she's still doing something because she really was getting out.
She really was. I remember seeing a lot of what she was saying. I thought she was just done with the field, but now seeing that she's kind of been getting back into it, that's a really good feeling.
She's really trying to be careful where she goes. She's
Yeah.
an amazing person. I really do like her.
And also, just so you guys know, too, on Shane and Mary's show, they're going to have a special guest on their show next week. They're having Brian J. Cano from Paranormal Caught on Camera. He's coming on for the first time, so that's going to be a
That's
really exciting show.
That's awesome.
Sweden was asking what time.
What? It'll be 8 o'clock Eastern. So what time zone are you in?
Yeah, I was going to ask, where exactly are you from, Sweden? Because I was curious of what time zone you're into, if you don't mind us asking.
Don't forget Dawn's show.
Yeah,
Don't
Yes.
forget Dawn's show.
Yes. Tuesday. So I ran a poll for next Fear Fans on Tuesday, and this time we are going to be covering Paranormal Activity 2. Yes, because I ran a poll for several movies, including the new movie Sinners, but surprisingly, Paranormal Activity got the most votes. I think it was like 75%. I'll have to double check, but yeah, it got the majority. So yeah, that's what the majority. That's what most people want us to cover now. So yeah,
Paranormal Activity is a very popular
Awesome.
series.
Yeah, it is.
oh yeah, and I do love the second one. So yeah, I'll be happy to have us cover that. So
Awesome. And Jeremy and Nick, I posted a picture in the chat regarding the human. So let me know what you think.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Let me see right here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
So
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about now. Yep.
everybody in the audience, thank you so much for playing along with us tonight. Quite the discussions we had tonight.
Yeah, this was a really
And it was still all over the place, but it made sense, right?
Yeah, but Kate even said the topics were really deep.
yeah,
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, we went all over the place. We did, and we try to do it in a respectful manner. But we all know I have no filters, so I meant no disrespect by anything. But I say it like I see it. That
But
is when I'm right.
you'll try though.
Yeah,
Try
it
sometimes.
was a really good conversation in the end.
Yeah, you still try.
I
Still
try.
good. I hate to say it, I don't think we're going to be getting Sue Eden's answer because I don't know if it's a he or she. Sue hasn't responded yet.
yeah.
Make
Well,
a comment will be on the platform itself. So
I can actually look at the profile and see what's going on there.
That's from YouTube, though. That's a YouTube link.
well,
Still look at it. It's fine.
guys, I gotta get going. I got something I gotta take care of before I get some sleep. So, but yeah, thanks for having me. I know this is kind of unexpected for me to join in, but yeah, Nikki said that you guys wanted me on, so yeah, I decided I have some spare time.
she was actually talking about her show.
Yeah, it was her show she was referring to.
Oh,
But
because
that's
mean, we
okay.
still-
That's okay. We'll take it. It's fine.
No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're glad that you came. It's been a long time since you've been on this show, so it was
yeah.
good to
It
have you back.
has.
oh yeah, well, happy to join anyway. Yeah.
I do need to get you on a Friday night though.
Oh yeah, yes. I'll do my best too. You know, because some Fridays and Saturdays tend to get busy. You know, I mean, there are some podcasts that I wish I could join, but you know, Saturdays get pretty hectic. I mean, because Nick, you remember when we went on Tales from the Podcast, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Also,
but
Yeah.
it's
I,
like
I want to get you on to talk about your gaming.
yeah, because his show that he does done. It's usually he does 13th Dimension is at 7:00 our time.
right.
Yeah.
You know what? I might be open for that tomorrow. Actually,
Everybody should know when to show up.
What time zone are you in?
We're trying.
Oh,
we're
me?
trying to
Oh,
ask
Cent-
you. We're not trying to be personal. We just want to know which time zone you're in,
Yeah.
so we know. So that way we can tell you what time.
Like, what time is it for you right now? So,
What country are you in? That'll
That's-
narrow it down.
I was almost tempted of asking because I'm betting this is someone from another country. So I was going to ask. I was thinking about asking that too. Because I'm betting this is someone from another country. So I was going to.
play back.
Why are you echoing and playing back?
Oh, I have no
Eastern-
idea.
Eastern
That was
time.
weird. That startled the hell out of me.
myself,
Eastern.
so that
Oh, Eastern. Okay.
Okay.
in Eastern. Okay, we'll get on that one. So,
Nick,
all right, so
you're
he's
in a
not-
different time zone yourself, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it'll be 8:00 tomorrow. 8:00 tomorrow night. All right.
Wait, 8 o'clock Central for us, or is it?
No. 8:00 Eastern, 7:00 Central for us.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of these Fridays, Don, I'll get you on.
Oh yeah, like hey, I'm willing to tomorrow if you want, because I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow.
He's
I-
already got a guest.
It's on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I didn't know if it was like multiple guests or one. My bad.
One of these Fridays, I'm going to get you on.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. All right, folks, we're going to end the show. We have been at it in 2.5 hours. We were supposed to have stopped 45 minutes ago.
Yep.
Oh wait, you live in the future? Quick, tell me the winning lottery numbers.
Right?
Yes, do that. You want the Super Bowl winner. All right, everybody. We will see you all next week. Have a good night and have a good and safe weekend.
Good
care.
night,
care.
y'all.
Take care.
All right, guys.